The first leg of fixtures were great for Scottish clubs in Europe, but I can't say the same about the second leg as Scotland suffers a disappointing midweek in Europe. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football's time for the European Review Show. We came in to the second leg, honestly, with high hopes. We had two of our teams with pretty comfortable leads. The other team with everything to play for, level pecking, home advantage, and after all the games finished, we didn't pick up a single win, and we lost one of our teams. And actually, the two teams that were comfortably ahead lost both games on the night as well. So, disappointing week. I'm happy to get two teams through, but I think it could have been more.
Could have been. Well, we did predict that. We said, well, you know what, Rangers and Hibs, both going away, automatically tougher, and Dundee United are at home against...
No, Hibs were at home.
Oh, that is true, actually. But the reality is, with Dundee United, they got a mega result out in Austria, unexpected result, and you just naturally expected them to lose. As for Rangers, when you win the first leg 3-0, it's almost like you just take your foot off the accelerator. And as for Hibs, it's just kind of the same. But it's weird though. I thought Rangers would have a reaction from the Dundee game. I thought Hibs would win because they're at home, and Dundee United, well, they're in it at home. So it could have went very different, but reality is we've still got two teams left.
Yeah, we do, and we'll get into them in a minute, but a couple of games I just want to talk about from the Champions path. Copenhagen with a 5-0 away leg win. I think that is a home leg win in the second leg. I think that's mental there. I mean, two teams, I wouldn't say they're evenly matched, right? I think we'd all agree that Copenhagen are the better side here, but just to be 0-0 after the first leg, you don't normally see that. It's
No.
a 5-0 in aggregate. You would expect like a 2-0 and a 3-0 win.
No, totally.
But it was level after the first leg, and then Copenhagen just smashed Malmo with 5-0. Kairat, who will take on Celtic, sneaked past Slovan Bratislava on penalties. I mean, Slovan Bratislava, not the greatest team, but I don't think they're the worst team either, although their Champions League results last year would maybe suggest that they are that. Or one of the worst teams maybe that we've seen in the league phase of the champ. I mean, it's only been on for 1 year,
Do you think it's better for Celtic that they're home first? Or I think they'd rather be away?
I don't think it really matters. You should be beating these teams over two legs.
I agree, but I don't know. I feel like the home... If Celtic put in a 1-0 performance like they did against St Mirren, and then the next week have to go to Kazakhstan, 5,000 miles away, tough away place, you never know.
Yeah, not great. And the last result that surprises me is Paphos defeating Dynamo Kiev 3-0 in aggregate. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, so they're in the playoff. I mean, we could be seeing Paphos in the Champions League.
Worst case scenario, they'll be in
Europa
League, so good for them. Club Brugge are through. Won both games against Red Bull Salzburg. That's how it's done. You know, narrow wins, but 2 wins. Coefficient on the board. That's what our teams need to be doing. Not expecting our teams to blow the teams away in both games, but it's things like that. You know, just win both legs narrowly. That's all you want.
That's all you want. But Rangers didn't do that. Of course they didn't. They won the first leg, fantastic. Second leg, not so much. But yeah, it's not just a defeat for me that's soul destroying. It's everything about it. Conceding 27 shots to Victoria Pilsen is mind-boggling, man, especially when you're not creating anything. I mean, if you're having 27 shots of your own, I can accept it, but the win was here to be had. But I'm happy we're through, but the writing's on the wall.
It would have been a lot more nervy for Rangers if they only had a 2-goal lead, I believe, going in, but a 3-goal lead's a game changer, it really is. The likelihood of throwing away a 3-goal lead, I think, is very, very slim. Victoria Plazen, I mean, they did take the lead twice on the night, but it still gave Rangers a 2-goal buffer. I do think that Rangers scored at the right time and that killed off the game with half an hour to go approximately. Had Victoria Pilsen got the second goal and made it 2-0, then who's to say, it's all ifs and buts, but who's to say they couldn't have turned the tie around? But that goal Lyle Cameron got, that was crucial. That killed off the tie.
No, it was crucial.
That restored the 3-0 lead, the 3-goal aggregate lead.
Crucial first goal for Lyle Cameron, but yeah, just disappointing, man. Russell Martin, I'm seeing nothing from this guy, man. Nothing.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just disappointing because normally there's been this, I wouldn't call it a myth, because it's kind of been true, but the belief is that here, Rangers will struggle domestically, but European football will take take care of itself, and they'll perform in that. And you can argue results-wise they have, but I mean, let's be honest, they've had 4 games in Europe now, and out of those 4 games, you'd only really say that they put in one good performance.
Yeah,
and that would be the Pilsen first leg.
Yep. No, I totally agree with that.
So yeah, I mean
positives to take. They've scored in every game. They've scored 7 goals in 4 Champions League games. I think that's all right.
Yeah. Also worth noting, this is the first defeat for Russell Martin. Competitive Rangers defeat.
Well, put it this way: if you're going to get beat, it may as well be in a knockout tie, which still sees you advance.
No, true, but do you think there's any importance in that? Do you think, obviously he wouldn't have wanted to have lost, but do you think this could be, would Russell Martin have would have a tiny bit more faith in the bank if he was unbeaten, or does losing this 2-1 mean nothing because they're still through?
I see why people would think like that, but at the same time, we're through.
But it's good to have, isn't it? It would be good for Russell Martin to have the ability to say, I'm undefeated as Rangers manager.
Yeah, but for me, it's about performance in this game. It's not the defeat. I would rather play great and lose 2-1 than draw this game 2 each and play the way we did, because at least I could see something.
So for Russell Martin, he's only had 1 defeat, but at the same time, he's only had 1 good performance.
Yeah.
So not great. Fenerbahce
came 2 fucking draws as well.
Yeah, Fenerbahce came down from 2-1 to defeat Feyenoord 5-2. They beat them in the second leg, 4-6 on aggregate. Just again looking at that Copenhagen result, what is that? 5 goals in the space of 36 minutes, just putting that tie to an end. Former Celtic player El Yunusi there as well, scoring for Copenhagen.
Crazy amount of goals.
Yep. Look at Slovan Bratislava. Scored the first 3, missed the last 2.
That's what we needed.
Dundee United did it. Yeah, it didn't happen. Dynamo Kiev, very disappointing, I think, for them to. Paphos did score very early on in that second leg.
30,000 at a quarterback game.
It's no bad, isn't it? No.
Alright, isn't it?
It's no bad at all. Right. Is that it? Let's have a look at the next round then. So, are Rangers and Celtic at home?
Yep, they both kick off 19th and 20th.
Interesting. So is that confirmed then, I guess?
Honestly, I know there's this... No, that is confirmed. I know there is this gimmick of, you'd rather the away game first and then, you can bring it back to Ibrox. I don't think... I think that mentality worked 3 years ago in that Europa League run, right? Because Ibrox felt invincible. I just don't feel it this time around, man. I don't. But I do think at the two legs, you're more likely to get a win at Ibrox. So I think the best case scenario is for Rangers to nick a lead, nick a win, and take it to Bruges and just... But then, I'm saying, and just park the bus. Russell Martin doesn't do that. He will just continue to play this shite style of foot. Honestly, even if Rangers took a 3-0 lead to Bruges, I would have 0 confidence. It would need to be about 5. Because he doesn't change it. That's what's so frustrating. Rangers could take a comfortable 3-0 lead over to Belgium, and this guy wouldn't change it up. He would play the exact same way and still leak shots, and that is what the worrying thing is for me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's too early to give predictions or anything like that, but I think Celtic will beat Karat, and I don't think Rangers will get past Club Brugge. That's my early prediction. But maybe I'll change it next week, who knows?
I'll tell you what, man, if Rangers go to Club Brugge, not many people's going to be greeting about it, right? I mean, I think most of us accepted it. See, as long as we fucking put up a fight and I actually see effort for a change, I'm not going to be sitting here throwing the toys at the pram, because it's a tough game. Can't complain about it, man. I mean, it's a really tough game. On the flip side, though, if Celtic go against them, it will be meltdown. Because of the signings, lack of, and also, it doesn't matter about signings. I think it's pathetic. Celtic should be beating this team.
No, they should be, but here there is a world where Rangers could be getting knocked out the Champions League, and then 3-4 days later going into an Old Firm game with the possibility of going 10 points behind Celtic, and if that happens, I don't think anything's saving Russell Martin's job. Europa League. Right, Shelbourne did have a lead going into the second leg, and they couldn't hold on to it, but listen, losing 4-3 to Rijeka, that's not an embarrassing result. I'm pretty sure Rijeka, 5 years ago, beat Aberdeen over 2 legs in one of these.
I think they did.
I'm pretty sure they knocked them out, so this is a solid result for Shelbourne. They will now drop into the
Get Linfield?
Yeah, I think Linfield won. We'll check that. So we're getting a rematch there. One of those teams will be guaranteed a spot in the Conference League. And
massive game. So
yeah.
we're guaranteed one of them, but also we're guaranteed the Lincoln Red Imps because they beat Noah on penalties, so they're guaranteed Conference League at worst.
Yeah, that's going to be good for them. Another result that stands out for me is Frederikstak 1, Michelin 5. Just going to show that if Hibernian did get past Michelin, then I think that they would have probably beat Frederikstak. And yeah, I mean, just that Hibernian would have been guaranteed European football. I know it's some ifs in there, but to me, Hibs would have came through that tie.
No, I agree. I know Midtjylland, probably scoring a wee bit more than what I might have expected Hibs to do, but I think Hibs would have honestly wiped the floor, to be honest.
Yeah, Panathinaikos struggled to score against Rangers, and it looks like they struggled to score against Shakhtar Donetsk as well. Look at that. They played, 200 minutes? We're talking, 3 hours?
Goal.
Well, more than 3 hours. I mean, we're talking, what?
I can't remember what their goal was like.
Hold on,
it was like shite.
Well, now hold on. We're talking
360 minutes.
No, it wouldn't be 360, it'd be 340. No, wait, I'm talking hours, it'd be 3 hours and 40 minutes. 3.5 hours.
Aye. Well, I'm talking about 360 minutes, though. That's 490s, big man. Point is, I thought Shakhtar Donetsk would be...
No, what are you on it? I'm talking about just Panathinaikos against Shakhtar Donetsk here.
Well, I was factoring in all 4 games.
No, that's 3.5 hours of football. And Panathinaikos didn't score a single goal.
Well, neither did Shakhtar Donetsk.
No, but I think that just goes to prove that, they were lacking something.
No, they are. Nothing's changed here, but any other results? League of Warsaw, they'll be taking on Hibs. I think the fact that AEK Larnaca beat them 4-1 at home, that has to give Warsaw a wee bit of faith.
Hibs, you mean?
Hi Hibs.
Right, here's what the playoff round then looks like for the Europa League.
The Lincoln Red Imps are scud at them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. I don't think Aberdeen are going to go through that tie.
Oh, look at Hibs could have got with Midtjylland. That's fucking cups.
Oh my god.
Hibs would be in the Europa League, I think, man.
Definite. I mean, that's what the Hibs would have beat Frederikstak. And they would have fucking that is.
And also we'll get the Dundee United folks. They would be going through, I think.
It's kind of soul destroying, but
that's the way it goes.
That's what it is. Yep. And the league phase, we got the team out. So there's the teams that are going to be in the league phase. These teams are confirmed. Some decent sides in there. For Europa League, you said that some of the teams aren't as good, and I mean, I can see that, but you've still got some big names in here. You've got Lewis Ferguson's Bologna, which I think will be interesting. Be keeping an eye on them. Roma in there, Porto, some decent teams. Aston Villa, Lyon, some solid sides in there.
Yeah, so Nottingham Forest get promoted in place of Palace. Victoria Pilsen being a pot 2 team's crazy.
So Palace aren't in Europe this year?
No, they're in Conference League. Got demoted.
Don't really understand it, but anyway, let's move on then. So, Linfield with a 2-0 win. I think I predicted 2-0, 2 it wins apart. Got the job done. Made it a little bit more difficult than it should have been, but they got there in the end. Dundee United, already spoke about this game. 4-4 on aggregate. Lost 5-4 in penalties. Unfortunate, but Rapid Vienna's penalties were just too good, weren't they? They were perfect pens.
There's nothing to complain about.
Yeah, so sad, but here is what it is. Any other big results in here? I mean, Larne got a 0-0 draw against Santa Clara.
Away? I mean, I predicted like 7-0 or something.
Which is great for Larne, wasn't expecting it. It's, definitely was not expecting that at all, so fair play to them.
Aris Limassol, Ross McCausland hooked at half time.
Not good for him then, no?
Not surprised though.
Shamrock Rovers 4-1 against Balkany, lost the first leg 1-0, and then in Ireland they won by 4-0, so taking care of them rather easily there, so that was another big result. Hibernian losing on the night, but winning on aggregate, which is the main thing, so yep, fair play to them. Big result there, getting through, great for Scottish football, and hopefully now they can make it into the group stage. We've never had I don't recall us ever having more than 3 teams in the group stage, so I believe this would be history making if Hibs can do it. I mean, the other 3 teams are all guaranteed to be there. We just don't know which competition they'll be in. Hibs are the only team who's, European future beyond the month of August. They're the only team in doubt right now.
Yeah, I did predict that I don't think any team will end up in the competition they started in. I'll probably not stick to that.
Yeah, and Besiktas defeated St Patrick's 7-3 in aggregate, but you know what? Competitive game in Turkey.
Yeah, you know what, man.
3-2, I mean, that's can't complain with that.
I know it does sound negative, but if you said the St Pat's are going to score 3, they'll score 7 across the 2 ties, it'd probably be like, fuck it, I'll take that.
It's credible. So, that's what they've got. Right, here's the playoff rounds then for the Europa Conference League. We have Shelbourne versus Linfield in a rematch in the Battle of Orland. Shelbourne, Linfield. I think Linfield... I don't know. I mean, Linfield, I don't think they were too impressed with their performance in the last one. Can they get the job done this time? I think
it's safe to say this should suit Linfield a wee bit more because their season's a bit more up and running now. Well, Shelbourne's season was up and running then.
Yeah, due to the Irish League start. Yeah, no, I agree with that. So
we'll see.
I think that gives Linfield an advantage. Oh, main path. Crystal Palace versus Fredrikstad.
Aye, so that's who the loser Hibs would have got.
I don't think Hibs would have lost to them, though, that's the thing.
No, me too. Speaking of Hibs, though.
Yeah, Hibs taking on Legia Warsaw. Yeah, if Hibs can knock out Partizan Belgrade, why can't they knock out Legia Warsaw? I don't think there's much there between the two teams, so...
So
yeah, tie that we're looking at.
Legia Warsaw, they're not the team they used to be.
No, they're not.
Not the team like Rangers took on 5 years ago.
Let's talk about that. So the last game I want to talk about here, Santa Clara versus Shamrock Rovers.
Oh, hold on, actually, before we get into that, Gyro ETO against Rapid Vienna. Dundee United, man.
Oh, Jesus, that would have been...
That's a play. I mean, that's a play. That's sick.
Would have had 1 foot in the next round.
No, on it, we could have been looking at 5 teams here.
Yeah, disgusting. Anyway, Santa Clara, Shamrock Rovers, maybe this isn't a foregone conclusion. If Lauren can get a draw, then I'm sure Shamrock will be thinking here.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get more than a draw.
Sneak something.
So we'll see what happens in that game. That's pretty much it though for now. Let's have a look at the coefficient. Dundee United then earning a draw on the night. That puts them top of the coefficient points. I am making a prediction that Dundee United will finish ahead of Aberdeen. That's my prediction. Despite already being out.
So, but do you get more points in the actual competition though?
I believe so, but I don't think Aberdeen's going to do much in it, so...
Yeah, because, I mean, Aberdeen are guaranteed, 8 games? And then let's just say it's based off the same points. I mean, do we see Aberdeen getting 2 wins and 2 draws? No. It depends. Maybe Jimmy Teeling can do a U-turn. Maybe the next guy can do something. But right here, right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Aberdeen lost like 6 or 7 of the games.
No, that could happen. They see Rangers and Hibs now having a loss. No losses coming into this fixture list, and then Rangers, Hibs both losing. I'm still not counting Hibs' loss to Michelin as a defeat. That was a draw in my eyes.
Yeah, it's weird. So Dundee United's count as a draw, but then they're basing it off extra time, man. And that's where here Hibs last night, Partizan Belgrade playing against 10 men for a lot of the game. Could have added to the coefficient cup.
Yeah, no, they could have, but here, I'll tell you what, that's no bad for the teams in Scotland. 12 games, only lost 3, and technically, I mean, out of those 3 losses, I mean, one of them wasn't even a loss, and the other 2 losses were losses that didn't knock them out the tie. So, it looks a lot worse than it actually is.
Yeah, and all the losses are by 1 goal.
Yeah, so when you think about it, one of Hibs' losses wasn't even a loss, and then the 2 games that Rangers and Hibs lost respectively, still they had enough of a lead from the first leg to get them through. So I mean, I think we've done a really good job so far. Disappointed to lose Dundee United, but shit happens. Ireland they're doing okay. I think maybe we'll see Shamrock Rovers exit in the next round, but Shelbourne they will be looking to to get past Linfield. I'm sure Linfield will feel the same way. I mean, again, they're doing okay. You know, some more wins than losses, I guess, and that's. I mean, I guess that's all you can really hope for when you're down this far down the coefficient ladder. And then Linfield, once again, leading the way for the Northern Irish teams, and they've managed to get themselves an extra game now. 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. I think they've got a decent chance against Shelbourne. I actually think they might. I think they might pip it. I think they might do it. Tell you what, Larne only lost 1 game, and that was against Santa Clara.
Drew every other game though.
Yeah,
Like that's insane.
it's just a shame. If only they could have turned a couple of those draws into wins.
Absolutely, but yeah, Linfield, they'll be up for the Shelbourne game. It'll be an interesting game, man, and at least one of them's guaranteed playoff round. Another wee team to talk about.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's all we've got to talk about right now. That's your review show. We'll catch you tomorrow. Celtic begin their campaign against Falkirk. Looking forward to that. Won't see it, but here, looking forward to it nonetheless. And yeah, what's the news? Hopefully, and I mean, the Wish League was on this weekend, but we'll have to deal with the Premier Sports Cup instead. But why not? Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Peace.